Hello everyone, and welcome back. Now we come to Tuesday's lesson, and we come to the millennial judgment, to the time when after the second coming of Jesus, we spend 1,000 years in heaven before returning, back to planet Earth. And maybe, like me, you've wondered, why 1,000 years? Why not jump straight to the executive judgment and get on with the process of creating the new heaven and the new earth? And the best answer I've discovered so far is mercy and transparency. You see, some of us are going to be in heaven, and we're going to be looking around, and we are going to see that some of the people we loved are not going to be there. And we thought for sure they would be in heaven, and they're not. And added to that, we're going to look around, and we're going to see some people there we thought for sure certainly they were not going to be in heaven. And you might think to yourself, why in the world are they here and my loved one is not? And by the way, some might think that very same thing, about us. And we're told that during the 1,000-year period, God is going to wipe away every tear. That God has a book of remembrance with your name on it and a bottle that contains every tear that has ever fallen from your eyes. And God is going to sit with you, and He's going to walk us through every hurt, every injustice, and every wrong done to us, and He's going to wipe away all those tears. And then added to that, He's going to ask us to investigate His judgment. God is going to open to us the judgment books of heaven, and we're going to see why our loved ones are not in heaven. And we're going to see how God worked to save those we loved, and how it was that our loved ones are lost, not because God wanted it, but because they chose some sin over Jesus. God is going to give us 1,000 years to see that He is indeed a God of love, that His judgments are fair and just. We will see that God was determined to save all of humanity. And in the end, we will understand that the wicked are lost, not because God wanted it, but because they chose it. God is giving us 1,000 years to prepare for the day when He will judge the wicked lost. He knows that there will be people in that group whom we loved. And He wants us to make sure that we know that His judgments against them were not of God's choosing, but that God is simply honoring the choice that our loved ones made to reject Him. This is why sin and rebellion will never raise its ugly head again, because on the day of God's executive judgment, even the lost will declare that indeed God's judgment against them was fair and just. Well, that was our study for today. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow.